No?
You see it? No? Oh.
Oh, okay. It was like a wall. How you doing, Maharaj?
Oh, I'm getting by.
Okay.
Pushing on, as Sridhara Maharaj used to say. You okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. You heard from Kusham?
I sent a message on, I believe it was Thursday,
Huh?
and she told me they got the COVID vaccine and she got some fever and pain in the arm.
Right.
And then I asked the distance, they say that it's a little better, but when they take a medication, but otherwise it's still there. But it looks like it's a little better. But I didn't see her. I just sent her a message.
Okay. Yeah. We messaged her also.
Uh-huh.
She said she had the vaccine and she couldn't get the treatment because of the vaccine interfered, made her sick or something.
Yes.
So she has to go back for the treatment, I think, after she overcomes this side effects of the vaccine.
Yes.
Dandavat, Shanta Maharaj.
Dandavat
Dhanyavad,
Maharaj.
Shanta Maharaj.
Dandavat Prabhu.
How are you, Maharaj?
By your blessings, we are okay, Maharaj.
Oh, good.
Krishna Kesava Prabhu's, I think, Kantimala become very short and his neck become thick, I think.
He's choking. We're choking him to death.
You
We're
may
strangling him.
need more longer one, I think.
Yes, that's a good idea. Is it too tight? No? It's okay, not too tight. Always been pretty tight.
Maybe he need another. He can add join the two you can join.
That's possible. I think the other one, though, is white beads, and that one is brown beads. Anyhow, we can try it.
I also faced that problem. Then I did like that.
Yeah.
Previously, my
Well,
neck
the
was
other thing is you can just wrap them around twice instead of 3
yes,
times.
yes,
Huh? No?
yes, Maharaj. It may create some problem a long time if that
After.
neck is tight like that. I
Okay.
faced some problem from that.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Maharaj.
What is, okay.
You are feeling okay, Maharaj?
I'm pushing on. Pushing on. So that's what Sridhar Maharaj used to say. We'd ask him, like, every day was a difficult day for him. I'm not that bad, but today I feel a little, have to push.
I was also feeling very tired today.
Oh, yes?
Yes, because there is some hot weather here now.
Oh, it became hot?
Yeah, hot and humid.
We are still waiting for the good weather to come here so we can
Cold?
plant our flowers. Still a
Still
little
cold,
cold,
Maharaj?
yes. Yes, last night was freezing,
Oh,
so we don't want to put the begonias out until it gets warm. Do you know begonias?
no. Those flowers?
Yes. Raj. Rasaraj, you know that begonia? What they are?
Yeah, I think so. They have a lot of leaves, like in the flower.
Yeah, red.
Yeah.
Red. It's a red flower. Has some red leaves. Sometimes they have green leaf, and they have a little red flower on them, like a wax
I think
flower.
Krishna Kesava Prabhu sent some photos in past.
He'll send some photos once we get them planted.
Here the plants started to grow, nicely now. We have,
Okay.
Tulasi is growing nicely,
Oh, good.
and Guduchi plant is also growing nicely.
Really?
Yes. And we planted some mint also. Mint, they are also
Ah,
growing
very
nicely.
nice. Yes. Well, we could try to get that mint also, but I have limited space actually. Don't have
Yeah,
so much
it needs
space in
it
front of
needs
the house.
actually how it can be grown, Maharaj. Just a plastic bottle works actually.
Oh, you want to grow it indoor?
Yes,
We put it in a regular flower pot.
yeah, flower pot also, but
Oh,
the plastic bottle, Maharaj, you can make small holes and put the soil inside, and it grows, very nice around that
oh,
bottle.
oh, really?
Yes, water bottle or any bottle is there.
Plastic bottle.
Yeah, little bigger one.
You have grown it before?
I grown in past. I did some gardening when I was like college, but then after that I had not get any time for that.
Oh, I see.
I used to grow brinjal and this lady's finger and these beans.
Really? Would
Yes.
you have a plot of land?
Actually, my father has a this government this like a house, and they have always some small like soil land is there around that some camp in the campus. So we used to have enough to distribute to whole colony. Actually, there's so
Hmm,
many they used to come.
that's good.
Mint is very easy to grow, ma. It
Yes,
comes
that's easy one.
it keeps on growing actually.
Basil also.
Yes.
Basil, mint, and what's the other one? Cilantro, I think would be easy.
Yes.
They have here in this country, they have a little kit with different herbs, and they have
Yes.
this light, a growing light,
Oh.
and you put it inside this little kit with the light, and it grows very nicely. And they do it hydroponically. You know what hydroponic means?
No, no.
They just use water. You don't
Water.
have to put it in dirt. And they put all the chemicals in the water, and the plant can live. Huh? Life comes from matter.
But sometimes doesn't taste the same, but it's like vegetable, like tomato, something like that. When you put so many chemicals, the taste is completely different. You
Yeah,
can,
Cow dung is not available, Maharaj.
yeah.
cow. I don't think anybody sells it here. I don't know.
Well, I think that nobody want it because they say
Nobody
they
wants.
produce so much
Yeah.
In
contamination. But
India, if you go on the street, and you will find somewhere dry cow dung, then you can bring it and then just use it.
Maharaj, when I was there, I saw some lady in a goshal, and she was just walking around underneath an area where cows normally are. I guess they weren't there when she was walking, and she was picking up all the dung, and she had like the giant pile of it in her arm, and she was just smashing it onto the pile and picking it up, mashing it on. She had a giant collection of it.
They use it
So,
like making cakes,
so
dry
what's it
cakes
doing?
to use it for the fuel.
Maybe they sell it at Patel's.
no, I don't think so. They will not approve. The government will say that it's not healthy. But I was living in a farm with the devotees for
Madevi
like
ki jai.
more than 1 year, and they had cows and yeah, dandavat.
Then,
And we use the cow dung for many things.
Where in
In
Venezuela?
Venezuela, we had the devotees have a farm, and we used to have cows. I was living there almost a year, and I remember one day I cut my finger very bad, and I was bleeding a lot. And then I took some cow dung, I put it there, for a few minutes and then stop, and no infection, nothing.
Oh. Yeah, it's supposed to have
It's
antiseptic
antiseptic.
qualities.
Yeah.
Ah. Interesting.
Because it was in the mountain, the farm was very far, so the city or the village was like an hour away driving. So
Dandavat?
I cannot clear.
Dandavat.
Dandavat pranams, Maharaj. Dandavat
Dandavat
pranams.
Kanapriya.
Hare Krishna. How are you?
We're talking about cow dung.
About
Are
what?
you supposed or sinusitis?
Cow dung.
Cow dung.
Very nice. I have many pastimes as a kid with cow dung, actually.
Yeah.
ISKCON made some incense from cow dung.
Oh.
Yes, you
To
can make the
chase
base.
the mosquito. Chase the mosquito. Chase the mosquitoes.
I'll chase the mosquitoes.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't know that. Mosquitoes don't like cow dung.
They keep it in like in India. The mosquitoes actually Sanskrit sloka is also there. Mosakayo dhumo, something like that. So they the mosquitoes they naturally repelled by the smoke.
Oh.
So cow dung smoke, they put some like some special kind of smell that comes, some I don't know what is the name they call it, jhuna they call it in Bengali. I don't know the English name. It comes very nice smell if you put with the cow dung,
Oh, no.
and that chases the mosquito away.
I know, like citrus things, they don't tend to like. In the UK, they sell. You're outside, like citrusy smells to repel.
Citronella.
Ah, that's yes, Maharaj. Citronella. In fact, I had citronella when I went to India and used it like perfume to have myself all over. I smelled like a lemon.
In India, newborn babies also on the with the cow dung they put that like smell that comes up, and they like keep to the baby, and also the smell comes nice. I don't know what they call it in English, that they put on the cow dung, and it comes very nice smell actually.
Ah, nice.
I forgot, chuna they call it. I don't, let me see
Tuna.
what they call it.
Where's Muni Maharaj? Is he sleeping?
Already rest, Maharaj.
Okay.
I
Is he
noticed. Sorry.
Yes, Maharaj. He's okay. He's feeling now good. He's taking rice also 2 times, and he's feeling that getting more strength.
Okay. Yeah. What do you
Actually,
say?
it's not Damar Batu Sal Bejon region. I don't know.
What is that?
You know, Maharaj? The name they call it Damar Batu Sal Bejon region. I'm not sure.
Never heard. Maybe that's the Latin name.
Excuse me.
Let me send the chat.
Turn it off.
Yeah, might be the Latin name. Sometimes for plants, they have use the Latin names, and then there's another name.
This image you can see what you call, if you have seen that.
What is that chemical called?
Which one?
You put on a paper.
The actual chemical.
Polypropylene? Oh, polyurethane. There was some paint. We had to use some paint today, and the smell I think is in the house, and it made me a little
This one look like
open the
Samrani.
windows.
poisoned or something.
Huh?
Poison.
Samrani.
Sometimes what you can do is
Which
put
one?
a bucket with water, and the
I'm telling in
water will
Kannada
absorb the
Samrani.
smell a little.
Oh, that uses for puja, no?
Yeah, yes.
Polyurethane.
Yes.
What is it?
Just
What did Rakshak?
I don't know.
It
I
burns
couldn't
very
hear.
nicely. No, nice smell comes when you put
What's
in
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Polyurethane doesn't have anything to do with incense. It's like a chemical that smells like, it's like,
Paint.
ammonia. like ammonia, like nail polish remover. It smells very bad and toxic.
Paint. It's for paint. Anyhow, what did you say? To burn what incense?
No, I
Oh,
said
Maharaj?
a bucket of water in the room absorb the smell of the remote.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a glass of water?
Well, maybe bucket is better.
My wife's there.
And what did Uma Devi say about that?
That is the in our language they call it sambrani.
Somebody.
Sambrani. Sambrani.
Yes.
What is that?
That is that like it smells very nice, Maharaj. You put on the like a charcoal or some fire is not like flame fire, but it is like the fire is there but is not visible. You can say charcoal, like charcoal.
Frankincense. You know frankincense?
Uh,
It's like a resin. It's a resin, and you burn it. Has a nice fragrance.
yes.
Frankincense, myrrh.
Gombenjon. Gombenjon, you know, Maharaj? Gombenjon, they call it also in English.
That I don't know.
It's a resins of some sort.
In our childhood or also in the temples, always they used to use that, and mosquitoes are all running away.
Gum dama. Gum dama. It's a resin.
Nowadays they don't use so much that.
Why did they stop?
Well, they have this, more chemical things came up, this, incense and these other things. So they don't use those natural things. That was the like incense used before.
More artificial.
Sounds
Actually, yeah, frankincense also looks the same. Similar, isn't it?
What were those three things that the wise men brought for Jesus?
Frankincense, myrrh.
And something else.
Think of the third one.
Gold? Was it gold? No.
Oh, maybe gold.
No,
frankincense.
Huh? See,
I don't have an answer.
What were the three gifts that the wise men bring to Jesus?
According to an Alexa,
Rosraj Prabhu,
gold,
Yes.
frankincense, and myrrh. Gold symbolizes
you don't have the Venezuelan kind of, general nature. I met many Venezuelans, but you are very different.
Where in India?
In India, even also in US, I met, what is that devotee?
Yes.
The Hare Kirtan I met, right? Even
Okay, yeah.
another Anathabandhu. But you are very different.
Actually, Anathabandhu is from Cuba. It's not
Cuba,
from
okay,
Venezuela.
okay.
Yeah.
I think Sripad Sadhu Maharaja is also from Venezuela.
Yes.
Actually, my parents were born in Spain.
Oh.
So they moved to Venezuela, but I don't resemble.
So you don't have Venezuela origin.
Well, I was born there,
ancestral.
but my family is from Canary Island, from Spain.
Okay.
Venezuela. What is the meaning of the word Venezuela? You know?
It's a little Venice,
Oh,
because the thing is, one of the Christopher Columbus came first, but then another of these people came from Italy. I don't remember the name right now. And he went to a place in Venezuela. They have a lake, and they have people were making houses in the lake. They make it like a structure in wood, and they was over the water. And the guy, when he saw that, he said, "It looked like Venice."
I see.
And then they call it Venezuela. So it's like little Venice.
Ah, I see.
They came from that. But
So
it's only a part of the country, but they make the name start to spread.
right. I like the name.
Yeah.
So Zoela means little.
No, really, but I don't know, for the name they change it a little, no? Like, actually, Venice should be Italian, but I don't know Venezuela exactly what it means. But I read that it came from that person. They came from Italy.
Venezuela.
And when Srila Prabhupada went to Venezuela, I remember the airline from Venezuela. It doesn't exist anymore, but the airline at that time, the name was Vyasa. So he was traveling by Vyasa, and he was saying, "Oh, Vyasadev," like that was the name of the airline.
What was it?
The name of the airline was Vyasa.
The Alta. Oh,
Vyasa.
Vyasa, V, like Vyasadev.
Vyasa.
Really?
Vyasa. So Srila Prabhupada saw that. He said, "Oh, this is a good name, Vyasa." But that company doesn't exist anymore. It went in bankruptcy years ago.
Prabhu, what does suela consuerta mean? Is that a word or two
Consuela?
words? Suela.
Consuela.
Consuela.
Consuela? Or suela consuerte. Is there something like that?
I know that suela is the bottom of the shoe is the suela, with S-U-E-L-A. But they have people. They have Consuela is a name too. Like a consolation is consolar. It's like in Spanish.
And London is laundress. They call London as laundress.
Yeah.
I was searching the name of London in that I could not find. In English they put it laundress. So then I could not look at where is London in
That's a Spanish. Yeah.
There is English name. They all put everything else English, but London in Spanish. Londres.
Well, you know that the names of the countries are different how we pronounce. Spain, if you go to Spain, it's not Spain, it's España. So nobody says Spain. So Spain is saying in English countries, but the name of the country is not Spain. So it's the same that they change it.
Is India everywhere?
Yeah,
Like,
India they call the same.
In Germany,
some words are different in different language.
Germany is not Germany. Is Deutschland.
Germany they call in Spanish Alemania.
Alemania.
Not Germany. Alemania.
India is the name given by Britishers, and we call Bharat.
Was that the actual country name before this English came to rule?
Yeah.
Bharatabarsha.
Yes, Bharat. Now also Bharat Mata, they call it Bharat Mata. They also call Bharat Mata now also.
Hindi, India, all English names, huh?
The river, supposedly the
Sindhu,
word yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
And Indus Valley.
Uh, Hindustan.
When I used to go collecting in Edison, I would have to go to one strip mall that had a movie theater, and they would have all the Bollywood movies. So there was one that was called like Heroes of Hindustan, and it was really ridiculous looking.
You know Istanbul in Turkey? You know what it used to be called?
No.
Constantinople. Constantinople. Named after Constantine. Constantine was a big, what do you call it? Warrior.
It was a king.
King or
I think it was
something.
a king. Yeah.
Was it the prince? I don't know. Anyhow, king or pope or something like
Roman.
that. I think it was also a pope, Constantine. And they would go down and became Constantinople, and then the Turks came and they called it Istanbul. And you know New York, what it used to be called? Huh?
What is the name, Maharaj?
When it was first formed, you know, the name of it is New York.
No.
New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
So that means that people from Amsterdam came and named it that, New Amsterdam. And it became New York.
The New Mexico is there, no, Maharaj?
Yes. But I don't know. That was named after Mexico. Maybe.
They have New Mexico, New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire. And I think
But
that's
why do they call it New York then after New Amsterdam?
Well, it seems like maybe the Dutch came in there and then the British came in after them.
Yeah.
Took over.
They changed.
I don't know the whole history.
They are New Vrindavan, so.
Maharaj, the
New
corona is
Vrindavan.
reduced now in USA.
No, not so much. I mean, it's not as bad as India, but
It
it's
is very
still.
bad in India.
Yeah, I know.
They are lacking oxygen. Some are saying that the containers are less, so they are buying the containers, oxygen containers, from Singapore and other countries. It become a big problem in India.
I know. I read that the hospitals can't accept people, or if they're telling that you go home and you try to find the supplies, because in India they don't even have the oxygen supplies anymore.
If people are too many, then difficult to manage.
So they're telling people go to your home and try to manage, get the supplies on your own, and try to manage for yourself. You'll have better chances of living than if you come to the hospital. You may be neglected and die. Terrible.
In Bangalore now, 150,000 active cases, and today they all of a sudden closed all the shops and everything without any notification from before. They closed everything, and then now tomorrow also it is closed. So like that, they are having some difficulty.
Now, in many places, even here, they open these big hospitals in the tents, like in a tent or in a big building, and they take care of people. But the problem there in India is they don't have the supplies, so they can't even do that.
They have created the beds, but the problem is, Maharaj, oxygen is there, but they don't have so many containers to supply to so many places. The oxygen now they are supplying through this oxygen through trains, but the containers are less in number, and also from the tank to connect to the patient, they need some small these wires and these all instruments.
Tubes.
These are also getting shortage because of
Connection stopped.
Maharaj,
The connection. Your connection cut off.
in between, yes, Maharaj.
Uh,
But actually they're lacking these tubes. So they container and tubes they are trying to get from outside. Oxygen is there, but how to carry without the containers? They don't have so many containers. In large number of demand is coming all of a sudden.
Hare Krishna. So difficult.
They don't want to do lockdown like last year because they're afraid of losses in business. Devotees in Vijayawada also they were very afraid. Today they contacted. They are all they are not going out from the room for a long time, like almost 15-20 days. Everywhere they are getting the corona cases, so they are very afraid there also.
They have enough supplies and food and stuff.
That is they store. They are keeping in store. So otherwise they don't want to go out because so much excess infection. If you just go out, then you catch it. Even the ministers, even big persons, they're all getting infected actually.
What
So
about you, Maharaj? You have everything in at home?
Yeah, actually, we have sufficient all the things, but we have to still go out for some kind of like dairy product or something. Still we have to go, but we are taking care.
Krishna Keshava got his vaccination.
Oh, you got vaccine?
Yes.
Ah,
No problem. Only a sore arm. But 2 days ago now, right?
Yeah. It's
Just 2 days.
now okay.
yes. It was just my shoulders. Wow, the shoulder was a little inflamed afterward, but it's okay.
Is your appetite increase?
Appetite. He
I don't
always
think
has
it's
a big appetite. Yeah, if we ate any more, we
Who-
wouldn't have a house.
Uma Didi's husband's appetite increase. He's eating more now after vaccination.
Yes, yes, Maharaj. After second dose, eating more.
after second one. This was only my first. Once I get the second one, maybe I'll too.
No, really, Maharaj. One time only taking food, a long time, nearly 10-15 years. Only one time food. After vaccine, you want to 2 time and you want to eating more.
So how many got the vaccine now? All of you?
2 vaccines.
I had, yes, Maharaj, but just only my
I
first
have
one.
first one, Maharaj. Yeah.
Waiting for second.
And Rasaraj, you got it?
Yeah, I got both vaccination already.
Okay. Dhanavats. Hare Krishna. Therese. Therese, Therese,
How is everybody today?
Therese also got her vaccine.
Oh, two
Also,
then.
Oh, wow.
Now it's only Shanta Maharaj and me. And Muni Maharaj.
Purnima.
see, did you get any yet, Maharaj?
No?
Actually, what is happening in India, Maharaj, there are many strains are coming up, and some people are
I
telling
know.
that this vaccine will not work for this strain, and that vaccine will not work for this strain. So then, we are confused about that, and many people are not taking because of that reason.
I see.
So they are
To
waiting,
make a
how that
cocktail
is,
of the vaccines.
how many vaccines you will take. This strain, this vaccine, and that strain, that another vaccine like that.
Well, I thought supposedly the vaccinations do take care of everything, but we may need booster shots at some point just to make sure we still have the antibodies. Maharaj, the CVS in Whiting offers the vaccine. It's real close to you. I was looking it up, but you got to get on early in the morning to schedule it. If you're
Yes, I
interested.
just got my first vaccine from there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Okay. You just got to, when's the second one? You got the second one scheduled then?
Yeah, in May 19th.
Oh, good, good. Okay, good.
Okay, it looks like our kirtan party is all assembled. Rasa Ashro, would you like to chant?
Yes, Maharaj. Sure. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri
Jai Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhar
Gadadhar Shiva
Shri
Sati
Vasadi
Gaura Bhakta
Bhakta
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya
Jai
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhar
Gadadhar
Srivasadi
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta
Gaura
Vrinda
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya
Jaya
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhar
Srivasadi
Srivasadi
Bhakta
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Devo.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai
Nitai
Gaura Hari
Gaura Hari
Bo,
Bo,
Hari Bo, Hari
Hari
Bo,
Bo,
Hari
Hari Bo.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura
Nitai
Hari
Gaura Hari
Bo,
Bo,
Hari
Hari
Bo,
Bo, Hari
Hari
Bo,
Bo, Jai Gaura
Nitai Gaura
Hari
Hari Bo.
Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev.
Jaya
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 Guru
Gurudev,
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 Gurudev.
Jaya
Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Jaya Jaya Guru Dev.
Jaya
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 Jaya Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Hari
Hari Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Charidev ki Jai. Jai Giri Govardhana ki
Jai
Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Raja
Jai.
Asatara Sata Shri Sripad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Maharaj ki Jai. Hi,
Ki
all
Jai.
glories to the assembled devotees. Hi, all
Jai.
glories to worldwide devotees.
Ki
Samaveda
Jai.
Bhakti Govinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Gaur
Jai.
Premanandi. Hari Hari Hari.
Hari Hari Om.
Oh,
Shri Bhakti Mala Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Joy.
Sriman Rasaraj Prabhu and Srila Srimad Sripad Bhakti Nishkam Sant Maharaj and Srimati uh, uh, Kanapriya Devi Dasi and Sriman Krishna Kesava Prabhu and Srimati Uma Devi Dasi and Sri Teresa Didi Ki Joy.
Jai.
Jai.
Did I forget anything? All
Jai
right.
Om Sripad Paramahansa Prabhupada Srila Bhakti Madhav Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
All right. Then. No. One. Prabhu, Rasaraj Prabhu, I'd like you to read, but if you can, I don't know how to read this in a way that it will be good for you. Maybe if you read one line, can you read one line in the first Vandana prayer? Vandeham, without stopping?
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha.
Yes, if you can chant it like that in one line, then we can follow. We can follow you at the same time you are chanting. We will chant at the same. You don't have to chant first and then wait for us. You know what I mean? You can just chant, and
Yeah, okay.
we'll try to follow along, and we'll follow.
Okay.
We'll all be chanting the same time you are. In other words, yeah. I don't know
Okay.
how to make it more clear. Okay,
They have a delay in the sound sometimes, but it's all right.
don't worry about that. Yeah. All right, you
Okay.
start.
Okay.
Vandeham
Vandeham Sri
Vandeham
Guru Sri
Guru
Yuta
Srijuta
Padakamalam
Kamalam
Sri
Sri
Guru
Gurum Vaishnavam Cha.
Vaishnavamscha Sri
Sri Rupam
Sagranatharam
Sagranatharam
Tatam Jana
Raghunatham
Raghunathamritam
Tam
Tam
Tamsa
Sajivam
Sajivam
Jivam
Sadvaitam
Sadvaitam Savadutam
Sadvadutam
Harijana
Sarijana
Harijana
Sahitam
Sahitam
Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna
Chaitanya
Devam
Chaitanya
Devam
Devam
Sri
Sri
Radha
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 Krishna Pada
Krishna
Krishna
Radha
Pradhan
Sahagana
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 Lalita
Lalita
Vishakam
Vishakam
Vitamsha.
Vitamsha
Om
Om
Jnanatirmirandasya Dhananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai
Gurave
Shri Gurave
Namaha
Namaha
Puja
Bhuvya Sri Guru
Shri
Varga
Guru Varga
Vanshita
Vandita
Vanshita
Mahabhavavataya Sada
Mahabhagavata
Purva
Purva
Parya
Parya
Para
Parampara
Prachalita
Pachalita
Raya Pramukta
Bhagya
Bhakti
Bhakti
Bhaktir Nirmala Nirajara
Nirjara
Nityam
Nimitam
Sadaratam Sarasakam
Sakshakam Sadaram
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 Bande
Vande
Shri
Shri
Gurudevam
Gurudevam
Ananta Sira
Anantashra
Acharya
Acharya
Tira
Bharjam
Acharya
Nijam
Bharjam
Varam
Nijam
Nijam Gurva Bista Sapurakam
Gurvavista Supurakam
Guru
Guru
Ganaya Shisha
Ganaya
Sapusitam
Bhutam
Rusitam
Chintya
Achintya
Chintya
Chintya
Samasta Veda
Samastani
Nityam
Samasta
Sri
Sri
Rupa
Vedrikum
Rupa
Bhanta
Patananavam
Govindam Vidam
Govindapidam
Vijalam
Bhutam
Bharatanum
Bharam Bharam
Bhaktam
Vitam
Vitam
Sundaram
Sundaram Ande Vishwa
Vande
Gurum Cha
Vishwagurum
Divyakam
Sapya
Premnohi
Premno
Pranamani
Hijatam
Vijapadam
Devam Divyatanam
Devam Divyatanum Suchitam Navadanam
Vadanam
Nambalarka
Alarka
Chelanchitam
Chelanchikam
Chandranam
Sandranam
Chandrapuram
Chandrasekavaranam Varagya Vidya
Vairagya
Budhim
Buddhim
Rambudim
Sri Siddhantam Vidim Subhaktilas Siddham Saraswatam
Saraswatitanam
Varam
Varam
Nambaram
Panditam Sumadamare
Etam
Kasaranam
Sukudamarika Sharanam
Yasisharam
Yashi
Sridharam
Sharam
Sudaram
Shri
Sri Siddhanta Saraswati
Saraswati
Ki
Saraswati
Adidito
Gauriya
Gaur Bhaktiya
Gaurapriya
Gurvante
Gurvante
Vato
Bhakta Banavira
Banari
Prabhakane
Prabhavane
Pura
Yogi
Sankirtan
Gaura
Sankirtanai
Sankirtanai
Bhaja Bhagatim
Evarati
Sutra
Lokavagahan Vidya
Samudrishya
Jivanimam
Jivanimam
Iman
Krishna Prema
Krishna Prema
Sudhikya
Sudhatikya
Dikya Radharabom
Radharabom
Tam
Tam
Bhaje.
Bhaje.
Namo
Namo
Gurkishara
Gurukisharayo
Bhaktavaduta
Bhakta
Murtaye
Bhaktavadutta Murtaye
Gaurangiri
Gaurangri
Gaurangi
Padmabhingaya
Padmabhingayo
Bhavanute
Radhabhava
Devike
Nishemine
Vande Bhakti Vinodam
Bhakti
Shri
Vinodam
Gaura
Shri
Shakti
Gaura Shakti
Shakti
Sadutam
Sadhutam
Bhakti
Bhakti
Satraya
Shashragya
Samragam
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 Radharasa
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 Saradhitim
Sudadidin
Gaura Vrayasi Sesai Vaishnavar Vandya
Vaishnaver Vande
Vigraham
Vigraham
Jagannatha
Jagannatha
Prabhum
Prabhum
Bande
Bande
Prema
Srimati
Bhimam
Sri
Hemati
Vidvaishnava
Vaishnavam
Vancha Kalpataruyascha
Kalpataruya
Kripa
Kripa
Sindhu
Sindhu
Vaideva
Sindhuveva
Deva
Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo Namo
Vaishnavyo
Vaishnavibhyo
Namaha
Namo
Namo
Namaha
Panchatattvamakam Krishnam
Bhaktarupa
Bhaktarupa
Swarupam
Sarupam
Bhaktavataram
Bhaktavatam
Bhaktavatam
Bhaktadhyam
Namami Bhakta
Namami Bhakta
Sattikam
Sattikam
Namo
Mahavadanyaya
Mahavadanyaya Krishna
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 Prema
Prema
Premadaye
Dhayate
Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Krishna
Jayate
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Name Guru
Guru
Namate
Devi
Namaha
Namaha
Jayatam Surata Upango Mamamanda
Purnamanda
Matiri Gati
Matirgati
Masarvasya
Masarvasya
Padambujo
Padambujo
Radhamata
Radha Madana
Madana
Mohano
Divya Brindaranya Kalpadrumada Srimadranagara Simhasana
Madhva
Sahu Sri Gandharva
Sringandharva
Vishnu
Srila
Sarvau
Govinda Devo
Srestalivi
Livi
Shayamano
Savyamano
Manvasa
Srimam
Rasamana
Rasa Rasarandi Bhakti Vata
Bhaktivata
Tata
Tatra
Tata
Tatra
Tata
Karsam
Varshan
Venu
Venu
Vinu
Nairapi
Shalir Gopi
Gopinata
Gopinathasne
Suyasuna
Suyasuna
Vrindayai Tulasi
Vrindayai Tulasi Devyai Priyayai
Yayai
Krishna
Tulasi
Bhavasya
Shavasya
Krishna
Krishna
Bhakti Yoga
Bhakti
Devi
Haridevi
Satyavatyai Namo
Hey
Namaha
Namo Namaha
Otanatra
Mantra Mantra
Mantra
Guru Gurun
Gurun
Bhagavatar
Bhagavat
Tadaha
Sada
Vyasanjagat Guru
Guru
Notva
Natva
Tato Yaja
Jaya
Mudiraye
Mudiraye
Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru
Jaya Sakarika Sri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundara Pada Padmanjan Jastu
Evil Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna
Prabhu
Chaitanya
Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Sri
Sri
Advaita
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 Gadadhara
Gadadhar
Sri
Srivasadi
Vasadi
Srivasadi
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta Vrinda
Bhaktavinda
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
O
Hare
Premanandi Hari Hari Hari
Hari
Bo
Hari Bol.
Haribol.
Hari 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 Bol.
Alright. So and today we'll have to sing some bhajans now, at least one or two in honor of Govinda Maharaj. But first, we'll have sing Yasavati Nandan. I would like to sing that. Are you tired of singing that, Uma Devi? Never. Huh?
ಯಶೋಮತಿ ನಂದನ ಜವರನಗರ ಗೋಕುಲ ರಂಜನ ಕಾನ
Page 16.
Somati
Yasomati
Nandana
Yasomati
Javaranagar
Nandanagara
Gokulanandana
ಗೋಪಿ ಪರ್ಣದನ ಮದನ ಮನೋಹರ ಕಾಳಿಯದ ಮನ ವಿಧಾನ
Gopi
Gopi
Paranadana
Paranadana Nandana
Manohara
Manohara Chandriya
Gokulanandana
ಮಾಮಲ ಹರಿನಾಮಿಯ ವಿಲಾಸ
Amala
Amala
Harina
Harinam
Ame
Avilasa
ಮಾಮಲ ಹರಿನಾಮಿಯ ವಿಲಾಸ
Amala Harinam
Ame
Avilasa
ಉತಿನ ಪುರಂದರ ನವೀನ ನಗರವರ ವಂಶಿವದನ ಸುವಾಸ
Vipina Purandara
Nupina Nagarabara Vanshivadana Suhasa
ರಜ ಜನ ಪಾಲನ ಹಸುರ ಕುಲನಾಸನ ನಂದ ಗೋದನರ ಕುಯಾಲ
Janapalana
Surakulana
Asukulana
Nanda Gotana
Hala
ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮಾಧವ ನವನೀತ ತಸ್ಕರ ಸುಂದರ ನಂದ ಗೋಪಾಲ
Govinda Madhava Navnita Taskara Sundara Nanda Gopala
ಯಮುನಾ ತಟಚರ ಗೋಪಿ ವಸನ ಹರ ರಸ ರಸಿಕ ಕೃಪ ಮಾಯಾ
Jamuna Tattachara
Vivasana
Gopivasanahara Sarasika Kripamaya
ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಧಾ ವಲ್ಲಭ ವೃಂದವರ ವಿನೋದ
Sri Radha Vallabha
Vallabha Vrindavanaya
Bhakti
Sridharaya
ಯಶೋಮತಿ ನಂದನ ರಜವರ ನಾಗರ ಗೋಕುಲ ರಂಜನ ಕಾನ
Srinandana Rajavarana Ranjanakana
ಗೋಪಿ ಪರಣದನ ಮದನ ಮನೋಹರ ಕಾಳಿಯ ದಮನ ವಿಧಾನ
Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara
ಭಕ್ತಿ ವಿನಾಥ್ ಠಾಕೂರ್ ಕಿ ಜೈ.
Jai.
I looked up and I saw the neck of your dog
Yeah, he's trying to.
in the camera, and I thought it was a cow.
Yes, it looks like a cow.
Like
What's this cow doing?
Like a cow.
I couldn't see the rest of the
He's a very little cow.
It's a very cow-like dog, huh?
Yes.
Can I sing Yanila Premadana Maharaj?
I didn't hear what you said.
Yanila Premadana.
Yes, we'll sing that one. But first, then Teresa, would you like to read the English?
Oh, you want me to read now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sri Krishna, who is known as Khan, is Yasoda's darling son. Vraya's paramour.
Raja.
Vraja, forgetting if J is a thing. Vraja's paramour, Gokula's delight, the Gopi's life and wealth, the enchanter of Cupid, and the conqueror of Kaliya. Raja, I'm reading the wrong thing.
That's it.
His names and nectarian pastimes are all transcendental. He is the king of Raja's forests and the best of young paramours. He beautifully plays the flute. He is the guardian of Raja's residence, the destroyer of the demons, and the keeper of Nanda's cows. He is known as Govinda, he who nourishes house, senses, Vedas, and world, and Madhava, Sri Radha's consort. He is Nanda's beautiful cowherd boy and a butter thief. He is a spy on the Yamuna's banks and the stealer of the Gopis' garments. He is the relisher of the Rasa Leela and the embodiment of mercy. He is Sri Radha's beloved, Vrindavan's great dancer, and Bhakti Vinod's shelter.
Right.
Srila
Yes.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
he is known as Govinda. Govinda, huh? The who nourishes the cows, senses, Vedas, and the world. Just like our Govinda Maharaj. He was always very nice to the cows, always nourishing the cows. And very pleasing, affectionate to the senses of everyone. We had always a very affectionate feeling from him. And the Vedas, he was expert in the Vedas. Not Shastrani Pungsa, but he was expert in the Achintya Shakti, Achintya Veda Tattva philosophy. And the world. He went all over the world, 24 times? Something like that, to preach Krishna consciousness. So very nice. I can remember it here. Then what is that? Where is that? Songye Anilo Premadana?
Yeah, Nilo Premadan.
153.
153.
153. When we generally sing this song on the disappearance of the Vaishnava. 153. Goranga. I'll try to sing it. Yayanila Prema Dana Karuna Prachur
Jayanila
Premadana.
Karuna Prachu
Hena Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Thakur
Yena
Hello Prabhu
Hena Prabhu
Acharya
Kaha Mora Swarup Rupa Kahan Sanatan
Kahamara Swarup
Kanhadasa Raghunatha Patita Pavan
Kahan das raghunath patika pavan.
Kaha mora bata yuga, kaha kavira.
Kahan mora bhatta juga,
Kahamora
kahan
bhata
kabira.
kavira.
Eka kale kota gela gora nataraja.
Eko kale kotha gela Gaura Natora.
Ashane kutiba mata anale pasibo.
Pasane kutiva mata
Sane kiva
Anale pasiva.
pasiva.
Goranga gunera niti kota gela baba.
Gaurangu Neranidhi
Oranga
Kodha
gunera
Gele Pavo.
deva.
Goranga gunera niti kota gela baba.
Gaurangu Neranidhi
Gunera
Kodha
nidhi
Gele
kota gele
Pavo.
baba.
Se saba sangira sange ye kaila vila.
Sesava Sangira
Sesama
Sange
sangira
Je
sangira
Koila Vila.
sila.
Se sangana pana kande narotam oda.
Aise Sangana
Sesangana
Payakande Naro Tamoda.
Narotamoda.
Se sangana pana kande narotam moda.
Sesangana Payakande
Sesangana
Naro
Pana.
Tamoda.
O ye anilo prema dana aruna prachur.
Jayanila Premadhana
Jeanilo prema
Karuna
karuna
Prachur.
prachur.
Hena Prabhu Kota Kela Acharya Thakura.
No?
Prabhu Kota
Sena
Gila
Prabhu
Acharya
Kota Gela Acharya
Thakur.
Thakur.
Ye Anila Prema Dana. Ye Anila Prema Dana. You know the meaning? Prema Dana. I know that some of the devotees, undevotees, try to start a website called Prema Dhamma, the abode of love. But here it is explained Prema Dana. Prema Dana. Dana means giving, donation or giving, contributing. Prema Dana. Who is giving that love? Krishna Prema Dana. Not only love, Prem. That one who is giving Prem to this world. Karuna Pratur. The most merciful.
Maharaj, that is actually, this is dhana and dan, Maharaj. Like dhana means in Bengal it is like a wealth,
Okay.
and dan
Oh, the
means
wealth of
charity.
Prem. I see.
Yes,
So the wealth of Prem.
yes.
Oh, it says, who mercifully brought the wealth of divine love. And he brought it and he gave it.
Yes, yes, Maharaj. Dan.
He also gave it.
Yes.
That wealth was not kept by him. You can only give it if you have it. And Nityananda especially, he was like plundering that wealth and distributing like mad, like a madman. He plundered the treasure. I once wrote some article to Srila Maharaj that you are like the treasure of the divine wealth, and Prabhupada is like the plunderer of that wealth. Uh, he plundered that wealth from you and distributed it throughout the whole world. And Srila Maharaj is like that. I said, you are like the treasure. Huh? You are the treasure of that wealth. And Prabhupada is come and take that money, that prem from you, and distribute it to the whole world. So in the same way, Govinda Maharaj, he took all that treasure from Sridhar Maharaj and distributed that also. What Sridhar Maharaj was giving, that Govinda Maharaj was distributing. What Sridhar Maharaj was relishing and writing about and feeling, and Govinda Maharaj was also gathered that up and was distributing that to others.
Maharaj,
Yeah.
Srila Sridhar Maharaj had so much attraction to this word Govinda. His deity also he kept, Guru Gaura Gandharva Govinda Sundar,
Yes.
and Govinda Kundo is also there, and he also named Bhakti Sundar Govinda.
Yes.
He had so much
He had much fondness.
attraction.
Yes, he had much fondness for Govinda. Govinda, the enjoyer, was taking pleasure in giving that. He used to speak of the, what is that? Samrita Murti. Akila Rasamrita Murti, yeah. Akila Rasamrita Murti. That's Govinda. The fountain, the reservoir of all pleasure.
And the Emporium?
Emporium, yes. Emporium or fountainhead. Emporium is a very nice word also. Emporium is like a place where you can go and there are so many different exotic things where you can buy. Emporium, a place of holding many exotic things. Anyhow, of rasa. So they're not things, but tastes. Tastes are there. And that is Govinda. Go actually means senses, huh? Govinda, Goloka. People think these things can be reached by the mind, by meditation. No, it has to be reached by taste, senses. Come on, the taste. What is the meaning of Vinda? Do you know? Charanara Vinda.
I'm not sure, Maharaj. But there is a sloka, Maharaj. नमो गोब्राह्मण्य देवाय गोब्राह्मण्य हिताय च जगदिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Who gives pleasure to the cows and brahmanas.
Aravinda,
Lotus.
lotus. But I'm not sure either. Vinda. Found it many places. Anyhow.
Actually, he got this name, I think, when Indra actually given bathing to Abhishek to Krishna with the Surabhi cow's milk. Then they called him Govinda. And
Yeah.
Govinda Kunda formed after that bathing happened there in Vrindavan.
Yeah, when we see that picture of Govinda with a cow behind him, you know that picture where he's playing the flute and there's a
Yes,
cow?
yes.
That picture generally. That's the first time I saw the Govinda name associated with a picture. And then there's Radha Govinda also, where Krishna is standing playing his flute and Radha is kneeling at his feet with flowers. You know that picture? No?
I've seen some places.
She's kneeling. No, I've not seen
She's sitting at his feet with many little white flowers around her. And Govinda is standing like a blackish form with his playing his golden flute. And nice. Radha Govinda also, that's called, that picture, called Radha Govinda. And any temple was the name of with Govinda in the Bhakti Siddhanta?
I'm not sure, Maharaj. Maybe he might have named, but I'm not sure.
So let's see. We'll sing one more song. One is Guru Sri Guru Charana Padma. What page is that? 54.
54, Maharaj.
Would you like to sing that one, Kanupriya?
Dhanavad, Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kivala Bhakati Sadma Vanda Mohi Sarvadana Mate
Sri
Guru
Guru
Charana
Charana Padma
Guru Charana
Kevala
Bhakati
Bhakti
Kevala Bhakti
Vandamuli
Vandamuli
Savadana
Vando Muli
Mate
Savadana Ate
Anhara Prasade Vai Hai Bhavatari Ajahai Krishna Prati Hoi Janha Hoite
Jahara Sadeva
Sadeva
Devavatari
He
Devaya
Jai
jaya
কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি
Krishna
হয়
prapti
যাহা
hoy
হইতে
hoite.
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Ke Koriya Kya Arana Kariha Mani Asa
Guru
Guru
Mukha
Guru
Padma
Mukha
পদ্ম বাক্য
Padma Vakya
Chitte
চিতেতে
Koriya
করিয়াক্য আরণা
Arana
করিহ
Koriho
মনে আশা
Asa
Shri Guru Charani Rati Aise Uttama Gati
শ্রী
Etta
গুরু
Chari
Guru Cha
Puri Sarva Asa
Shri Guru
গুরু
Guru
চরণে রতি
Charane Rati
Ese
ইতে উত্তম গতি যে প্রসাদে
Prasade
পুরে
Pure
সর্ব
Asa
আশা
Rakshudana Nilo Jai Janme Janme Prabhu Se Divya Gyan Vitre Prakashita
অচ্যুতানন্দ যে
Rano
জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে
Sakshudananda Divo Jai
দিব্য
Janme
জ্ঞান হৃদে
Janme
প্রকাশিত
Divyakyam Hide Prakashito
Hema Bhakti Jahan Hoite Avidya Vinyasha Jati Vete Gyai Janmara Charita
প্রেম ভক্তি
Prema
যাহা
Bhaktiya
হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনষ্ট
Prema
যাতে
Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya
Vedagaya
গায়
Vinashta
যাহার
Haracharita
চরিত
Degai Jaharacharito
Ye Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Lokanate Lokira Jivana
শ্রী
Shri
গুরু
Guru
করুণা
Guru
সিন্ধু
Karuna
অধম
Shri Guru
জনার বন্ধু
Karuna Sindhu
Brahmajanara
Adama
লোকনাথ
Janara
লোকের
Bandhu
জীবন
Lokanath Lokera
Lokera
Jivana
Jivana
Mahaprabhu Korodoya Hamare Pada Chaya He Adama Loya Sharana
মহাপ্রভু দয়া দেহ মরে পদ
Dehamore
ছায়া
Mahaprabhu
এ
Korodoya
অধম
Dehamaloya
লইল
Sharana
চরণ
Yadamaloino Sarana
Amishara
আমি
Amisharani
শরণ নিলাম
Asaranino
Abai Shripad Padmeshara Neelam
অভয়াশ্রী পাদ পদ্মে
Amisharani
শরণ
Abhayasri
নিলাম
Padme Sarannilam
Amadaya Koro He
দয়া করো হে
Patit
Jaya
Pavan
Koro He
Patit Pavan Shri Gurudev Daya Koro He
পাবন শ্রী গুরুদেব দয়া করো হে
Guru Ati Pavan Sri Guru De Doya Koro He
Atama Patita Jane Daya Koro He
অধম
Adama
পতিত জেনে দয়া
Adama
করো হে
Patitani Doya Koro He
Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
জয়
Jaya
জয়
Jaya Jaya
গুরুদেব
Guru De
Gurudev
Guru De
গুরুদেব
Guru De
Jaya
Jaya Jaya Guru De
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
জয় জয়
Jaya
Jaya Guru De
Guru
Guru De Jaya Jaya Guru De
Devo Jaya Vishnu Sripad Paramahata Parivrajakacharya Astasara Sri Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Joy.
Sri Bhakti
Jai
Purimalacharya
Prabhupada.
Maharaj Ki Jai.
Joy.
Jai.
All right, then what Bhajan Maharaj, Santa Maharaj wants to sing?
Maharaj, we can sing Govinda Maharaj, this Arti Kirtan Maharaj. Jai Jai Gurudeva Arati Ujjwala.
What page?
Let me check Maharaj.
Page 8. 8. 8.
Okay, page
1
8.
minute. Jaya Jaya Gurudever Arati Ujjwala.
Jaya
Jaya Guru
Jaya
Deva.
Jaya Guru Devera Roti Ujwala.
Govardhana Pada Pithe Bhuvana Mangala.
Govardhana
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 Padma
Parapite
Parapite
Bhuvanam
Bhuvana
Mangala.
Mangala.
Shri Bhakti Sundara Deva Prabhu Shiromani.
Bhakti
Bhakti
Sundara
Sundara
Deva
Deva
Prabhu
Shivaka Sundara
Siromani.
Deva Prabhu Siromani.
Goswami Govinda Jaya Anande Rakhani.
Goswami
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 Govinda
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 Swami
Jaya
Govinda
Jaya.
Jaya Nandirakani.
Ajanulambita Bhuja Divya Kalevara.
Ajanulambita
Ajanulambita Bhuja
Ajanulambita
Divya
Bhuja
Kalevara.
Divya Kalevara.
Ananta Pratibha Bhara Divya Gunadhara.
Ananta
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 Pratibha
Pratibha Bhara
Ananta
Bharatiya
Divya
Prativa
Gunadhara.
Bharativya Gunadhara.
Gaur Krishna Jani Tava Abhinna Swarupa.
Gaura Krishna
Gaura Krishna Janitya
Gaura Krishna
Abhinaya
Janitava Abhina Swarupa.
Samsara Tarite Be Sudha Bhakta Rupa.
Samsara
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 Saritya
Tarite
Sarite
Sura
Vesuddha
Bhakta
Bhakta Rupa.
Rupanugadhara Tumi Karo Alokita.
Rupanugadara
Rupanugata
Tumi
Anugadhara
Kara
Tumi Karalo Gita.
Prabhakara Samaprabha Bhuvana Vidita.
Prabhakara
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 Samaprabha Bhuvana
Samaprabha
Vidita
Manavidita.
Suddha Bhakti Pracharite Toma Samonai.
Buddha Bhakti
Shura
Shuddha
Bhakti
Prachari
Sudha Bhakti
Pracharite
Pracharite
Thomasamanahi
Tomasa Manai.
Akalanka Hindu Jeno Dayala Nitai.
Akalanka Hindu
Akalanka
Akalanka
Hindu Jena
Dayala
Dayala Nitai.
Ullasita Vishwavasi Labhe Prema Dhana.
Ulasita
Urvashita
Vishnu
Tulasi
Vishwavasi
Viswavasi Labha
Abhimadana
Premadana.
Anande Nachiya Gaye Tava Gunagano.
Nandanachi
Anande
Anande
Nachiya
Nachi
Gaye
Jaga Tava
Tavaguna Gana
Gunagana.
Stapila Asrama Bahu Jagata Majhare.
Kapila
Stapila Ashwarabahu
Kapila Srama Bahu
Jagatamajare
Jagata Majare.
Paramhansa Dharma Jnana Sikshara Prachare.
Paramahamsa
Paramahamsa Dharma Gyan
Paramahamsa Dharma
Sikshare
Jnana Shikshara
Prachare
Prachare.
Chinta Chintya Veda Jnane Tumi Adhikari.
Chinta
Chintya
Chintya
Chintya Veda
Chintya
Jane
Chintya
Tumi
Vedane Me
Hari
Sakala
Adhikari.
Samsaya Chitva Susiddhanta Dhari.
Sakala
Sakala
Samsaya
Samshaya
Sakala
Chitta
Samsaya
Susidanta Dhari
Siddhantadari.
Tomaro Mahima Gaye Golaka Mandale.
Tumhara
Omara
Mahima
Tumhara
Mahimagaye
Hima Gahe
Golaka
Golaka
Mandala
Mandale.
Nitya Siddha Parikare Tavalila Stale.
Nitya
Siddha
Siddha
Nitya
Parikara
Siddha
Hari
Parikare
Avalila
Tavarila
Stale
Stale.
Patita Pavana Tumi Dayara Samira.
Patita
Patita
Bhavana
Pavana
Patita
Patita
Pavana
Pavana
Dayara
Dayara
Tumi
Samira
Dayara
Samira.
Samira.
सर्वकार्येषु निपुण सत्य सुगंभीर
Sarvakaryesva nipune
Sarvakaryeshu
Satyasukambhira
nipuna satya
अपूर्व लेखनी
sugambhira.
धारा प्रगाढ़ पांडित्य
Purvalekanidhara Bhagavata
Avalekani dhara prabhadaditya.
सदा हास्य मिष्टभाषी सुशील कवित्व
Sadahasya mishta
Sadahasya
bhasiri susila kavitva.
साधु संगे सदानंदी सरल विनयी
Sadhu Sange Sandanidhi Sarala Vinai
Sadhu sange sadanandi sarala vinaji.
सभा मध्य वक्ता श्रेष्ठ सर्वत्र विजयी
Savamadi Bhakta
Sabha
Shrita
madhye bhakta shrestha
Sarvatra
sarvatra
Vijay
vijaji.
गौड़ीय गगने तुम्ही आचार्य भास्कर
Gaudiya Gagane Tume Acharya
Gaudiya
Bas
gagane tumi acharya bhaskara.
निरंतर सेवा प्रिय मिष्ट कंठ स्वर
Nirantara Seva Priya Nista
Nirantara
Kantas
seva priya mista kanta swara.
तुम्हार करुणा मांगे त्रिकाल विलासे
Tomara Karuna Mage Trikala Vilase
Tomara karuna mage trikala vilase.
गंधर्विका गिरिधारी सेवा मात्र आसे
Gandhavika
Vika
Giridhari Seva
giridhari
Matra
seva matra se.
कृपा करो हे प्रभु श्री गौर प्रकाश
Vipakara
Kripa koro ohe
Gora
Prabhu Sri Gora
Prakasha
Prakasha.
आरती करो हे सदा हे अधम दास
Orati Kare Sada
Arati karaye
Yadam
sada yadamadasa.
जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव
Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya
Jaya
Guru
Guru
Deva,
Deva
Jaya Guru
Deva
Deva,
Jaya Guru
Jaya
जय
Guru
गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya
Guru
Guru
Deva Jaya
Deva, Jaya Guru Deva,
Jaya Govinda Maharaj
Guru
Ki
Deva, Jaya
जय
Guru Deva.
Santa Maharaj, who wrote this, do you know?
yes
Jai.
Maharaj. Actually his name is now removed. Actually he's Agnes now. He's a Paramahansa Maharaj.
Oh, Paramahansa wrote that.
Yes.
Okay.
You are doing very nice service before.
Who wrote it, Mara?
Paramahansa Maharaj.
Can I read the English?
Terry wants to read the English.
No.
Oh.
I thought Krishna Keshava asked. I'd like to hear him read it.
I don't think we'll read it. It
No?
just, I mean, it's very nice. We should take the good part from the Vaishnavas. Want to read it? Raj Prabhu, would you like to
Yes,
read the
Maharaj?
English? Would you like to read the English of
Sure.
that interpretation?
Yes.
Okay.
All glory to the effulgent arti of Srila Gurudev taking place at the foot of Govardhan for the benefit of the world. All glory to the mind of joy, Sri Bhakti Sundar Govind Dev Goswami, who is the crown jewel of gurus. Your divine form's arms extend to your knees. You possess infinite genius and divine qualities. I know that you are none different from Sri Gaura Krishna and have now assumed the form of a pure devotee to deliver the world. You illuminate Sri Rupa's line. Like the sun, your effulgence is known throughout the world. There is no one like you to preach pure devotion. You are a spotless moon like merciful Nityananda, attaining the well of divine love. By your grace, joyful souls all over the world sing your glories, dancing in ecstasy. Do you establish many ashrams all over the world to teach Paramahansa Dharma, the way of the true Vaishnavas? You are a master of both conceivable and inconceivable Vedic knowledge. You cut away all doubts and represent the true teachings. Your eternally liberated associates sing your glories in Goloka, the realm of your pastimes. You are the savior of the fallen and a breeze of mercy. You are truthful, deep, and expert in all types of service. Your writings are wonderful, and your learning is profound. You always smile and speak sweet words. Your poetry is perfect. You are always joyful in the Sadhu's association. You are simple and humble. In assemblies, you are the best speaker. Everywhere you are victorious. In the sky of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, you are the sun-like Acharya. You are always fond of service, and your voice is sweet. Throughout the play of the past, present, and future, this servant prays for your mercy, designing only to serve Sri Sri Gandharvika Giridhari. Be merciful, O Lord, manifestation of Sri Gauranga. This fallen servant always worships you. Srila Govinda Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Do they sing this in their mat?
Yes, Maharaj. Every day, morning
Okay.
and evening. Actually, there is a morning tune and an evening tune for this song they sing.
Oh, very
In
nice.
the Arati, while in the Navadip Mulmat, they sing in the Samadhi temple. Otherwise, if there is no this like Arati, facility for there, then we sing with the bhajans. We start with like Guru Parampara song, and then Siguru Charana Padma. Then we sing this song, and then Srila Sridhar Maharaj song after that.
Okay, shall we shall we now go to another one page on the Mutt website? I found a very nice, some very nice writing on the biography of Govinda Maharaj from his describing from his mantra, Pranam mantra, written by Srila Sridhar Maharaj. I'll tell you the page of that. That's scSmutinternational.com. If you go there and look up the Srila B.S. Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj .php. Can you send it?
I'll do it from this computer. I'll
What
send it
we
from
said.
here.
Oh.
Krishna Case is going to send it to you.
I was going to send a link. Oh, wonderful.
Do you all have it? Oh, What's the dog's name?
His name's Rocky Maharaj. Rocky.
Rocky,
Rusty.
Rocky.
Rocky. Rocky.
Rocky.
There he is.
Rocky, say moo.
Yes, moo. He's like, oh.
Bhakti Rocky. Rocky, can you hear us? Rocky, Haribo.
He's
Rocky.
looking at the front door.
Oh,
I think
Oh,
no one's coming.
so cute.
Hare Krishna. Haribo.
Now he's looking out the window. He doesn't know where you're coming from.
He's in his own transcendental world,
Yeah.
feeling very content and happy next to you.
Someday that the month's website that they designed in front of me.
Oh, yeah? I don't know. Did you get the link?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes.
Yes.
Very beautiful picture of Maharaj
Yeah.
there with his danda. There's also the Pranam mantra that was written by Sridhara Maharaj for Govinda Maharaj. Very unusual that Guru writes the Pranam mantra for his own disciple. Gaurvabhista Sapurakam Guru Ganar Ashisha Sambhushitam Chintya Samastaveda Nipunam Sri Rupa Patanogam Govindabdidam Ujholam Varatanum Bhaktanvitam Sundaram Ande Vishwakarun Sadivya Bhagavat Preno Hipija Pranam. Beautiful, very beautiful, loving Pranam mantra. I offer my obeisance unto he who perfectly fulfills his Gurudev's most cherished desires, who is fully adorned with the blessings of his Gurudev's associates, was expert in all aspects of Vedic knowledge, both conceivable and inconceivable, who was the preeminent follower of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu's mind, who was known as Govinda, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda, Dev Goswami Maharaj, whose beautiful, effulgent, exalted form is infused with pure devotion, who is the Guru of the entire universe, and who is the giver of the seed of divine love with the Supreme Lord. Perfect. Such nice Sanskrit form, such profound, concise statements that Sridhar Maharaj is known for. Published in the Revealed Truth. I don't know who's the original author of this one. It's very nicely written. Like to read
Revealed
it?
Truth, Maharaj?
Huh?
Revealed Truth?
Revealed Truth.
Revealed Truth is actually published from the lectures of Govinda Maharaj. Tyagi Maharaj compiled it.
Yes. But who wrote the this article? I don't know. Biography.
Oh.
Anyhow, it's very nice, whichever devotee wrote that. But then Krishna Kesava will read some of it, then we'll take turns reading, okay?
His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, made his appearance in this world on...
Why is it humming? Humming?
I don't know.
Okay, better. Stop.
Made his appearance in this world on December 18th, 1929, in the holy land of Sri Mandal in a village known as Bamanpur, within the Burdwan district of West Bengal, India. Like the sun rising and inspiring lotuses to bloom, Srila Govinda Maharaj appeared in a Brahmin family and filled the land of Sriman Mahaprabhu with joy. His family's ancestors were followers of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and from his boyhood he engaged in the service of his family's deities, Sri Radha Gopinath, who were installed by Nityananda Prabhu's son, Virachandra Prabhu. At the age of 17, he met his divine master, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shiradev Goswami Maharaj, or Ishta Supurukam. He perfectly fulfills his guru's most cherished desires. Almost immediately after he arrived, Srila Sridhar Maharaj recognized his divine qualities and publicly declared that he would prepare him to be the future Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt. Srila Sridhar Maharaj's mission was to propound the glory of Sriman Mahaprabhu according to the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu and his followers, led in modern times by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Govinda Maharaj acted to fulfill this desire of his Gurudev in every possible way. He set up a printing press and published numerous books and messages filled with the writings of the Rupanuga Sampradaya's acharyas. He led tours to the pilgrimage sites all over India that are associated with the Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnavism. He established the annual Sri Navadvip Dham Parikram festival at Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt, which has continued without interruption since 1948. He made the arrangements for the installation of the Mutt's deities, Sri Gandharva Govinda Sundar, and collected the funds needed to construct the domed temple in which they reside. He traveled to towns and villages both near and far to spread Sriman Mahaprabhu's Nam Sankirtan Dharma and inspire souls to take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Guru. The countless endeavors he made in service to his Gurudev cannot be summarized. Srila Govinda Maharaj also served Srila Sridhar Maharaj intimately as his doctor and confidant. Their relationship was so developed that many have described them as a shining example of the perfect Guru and perfect disciple. Srila Govinda Maharaj has described himself as being bound by affection to his Gurudev's feet, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj felt such attachment to Srila Govinda Maharaj, at times he could not tolerate his separation for even a few hours. Guru Ganar Ashisha Sambhushitam. He is fully adorned with the blessings of his Gurudev's associates. Over the course of the 42 years that they lived together, Srila Govinda Maharaj had the fortune of serving many of Srila Sridhar Maharaj's godbrothers and observing their loving interactions with Srila Sridhar Maharaj. Leading preachers like Sripad Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj, Sripad Bhakti Prajan Keshav Maharaj, Sripad Bhakti Vichar Jarjarvar Maharaj, Sripad Bhakti Daita Madhav Maharaj, and Sripad Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Maharaj would come to Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt to honor Srila Sridhar Maharaj. And while they would always affectionately encourage Srila Govinda Maharaj. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's sister, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's sister Bhavani Didi, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj's sister Rama Didi, and other noble ladies also blessed Srila Govinda Maharaj during his youth. During the late 40s and early 50s, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ran a preaching center on behalf of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt in Calcutta. As a young brahmachari, Srila Govinda Maharaj would stay with Srila Swami Maharaj for a few months each year. Daily, Srila Swami Maharaj would teach him verses from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and he would cook for Srila Swami Maharaj. During this time, Srila Swami Maharaj also trained him as a preacher by engaging him as the first distributor of Back to Godhead magazine. When Srila Govinda Maharaj started Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt's Sri Gaudiya Darshan magazine, Srila Swami Maharaj wrote a letter of appreciation for his service. Your writing is not only very amusing, but instructive. In time, you can become a great transcendental humorist in the art of journalism. You have complete mercy from your Divine Master, and you can depend on his blessings for your future improvement. I sincerely wish you all success. Undoubtedly, you are now in the highest order of the Varnashram Dharma, but we cannot forget that you belong to the category of our affectionate sons. We cannot forget all such filial love for you, and when we see that you are improving in all respects, it gladdens our heart. Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam. He is expert in all aspects of Vedic knowledge, both conceivable and inconceivable. Srila Govinda Maharaj's command of the revealed scriptures amazed everyone who met him. From his childhood, he had a remarkable memory, and when he came to the mutt, he quickly memorized hundreds of songs and thousands of verses on his Gurudev's order. From that time until his final days, he could readily recite Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, large portions of Srimad Bhagavatam, and countless verses from other texts. Within 2 or 3 years of joining, he could lecture with more authority than many of his guru's godbrothers. Srila Govinda Maharaj's capacity to recount and explain the scriptures pleased Srila Sridhar Maharaj so much that when Srila Govinda Maharaj was a brahmachari of only 2 years, Srila Sridhar Maharaj gave him the title Vidya Ranjan, one whose knowledge delights others. Srila Sridhar Maharaj also stated in his last will and testament, above all, he, Srila Govinda Maharaj, is well known and unanimously acclaimed as being firmly established in the philosophy of the perfect axiomatic truth of bhakti, as propounded by both myself and as well as my divine master. Srila Govinda Maharaj wrote numerous poems and articles in Sanskrit and Bengali, which he published in the magazine he ran on behalf of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mutt, Sri Gaudiya Darshan. His writings blend Siddhanta with wit, sweetness, and humor to melt both heart and mind. Srila Sridhar Maharaj's godbrothers sometimes mistook his compositions for those of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, which they revered as non-different from Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu's writings. Srila Govinda Maharaj's expertise also went beyond scriptural theory. He was adept at leadership, organization, fundraising, construction, cow care, gardening, and cooking. As the mutt's manager, he excelled at all services by virtue of his extraordinary intelligence, and could expertly put the teachings of the scriptures in practice according to time, place, and circumstance.
Dandavат Pranam Maharaj.
Rasaraj Prabhu?
Maharaj,
Yes?
I need to go for rest, Maharaj.
Oh,
Feeling little
okay.
tired.
Yes, Maharaj.
I will follow the recording, Maharaj.
Hard-working.
Dandavat.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Dandavat. To all
Sweet.
devotees.
Dandavat.
Dandavats.
Have a sweet rest.
Thank you, Maharaj. Dandavat.
Sripad, Rasaraj Prabhu, would you like to read from there? Sri Rupa Patanogam? Can you find a place? Your mic is muted. Your mic is muted? Your mic is muted?
Yes, I know.
Oh,
But now I have to find the.
you can't find a place?
Just a moment. No, I lost it.
Sri Rupa Patanugam is the title of that section.
It's about 2/3 of the way down.
No, but once I had to go to unmute the mic, I lost the page.
Okay.
I can't find it.
Okay.
Can you send it back to me?
It's on the chat, is it?
Yeah.
Yep, let me see. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, just a moment. Okay, got the page now. Let me go to the.
Sri Rupa.
What was the last one he was reading?
Yeah, the title, last title should be of the paragraph is Sri Rupa Patanugan.
Okay, let me see. Okay, I have it. Sri
Okay.
Rupa Pantanugam is a preeminent follower of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu's line. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhadeva Goswami Maharaj was empowered by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to be the self-effulging Acharya of the Rupanuga Sampradaya. At the time of his departure, Srila Saraswati Thakur requests Srila Sridhar Maharaj to sing the Sampradaya's anthem, Sri Rupa Manjari Pada. As Srila Sridhar Maharaj's beloved disciple, Srila Govinda Maharaj and only Srila Govinda Maharaj sung this song for him on suitable occasions. Srila Govinda Maharaj's server, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, as a servant, a friend, and an affectionate guardian. All the stages of the relationship between guru and disciple described in the Rupanuga Sampradaya were present between Srila Govinda Maharaj and Srila Sridhara Maharaj. Srila Govinda Maharaj's service to Srila Sridhara Maharaj illustrates the meaning of Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, that the service of Sri Rupa, Sri Guru, is one's life, wealth, joy, fulfillment, everything. Govinda Vidhan. He is known as Srila Govinda Maharaj. In 1985, Srila Sridhar Maharaj conferred sannyas upon Srila Govinda Maharaj, giving him the name Bhakti Sundar Govinda. Srila Govinda Maharaj once asked Srila Sridhar Maharaj about his name, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj replied, "My deity is Govinda, and my kunda is Govinda, so your name must be Govinda." Srila Sridhar Maharaj established his mat on the bank of Sri Govinda Kunda and Sri Govinda Sundar as his central deity. Holding both this place and this form of the Lord most dearly within his heart, he gave the name Govinda to his dearmost associate, Srila Govinda Maharaj, who he treasured like the most precious jewel. Govinda Vidam Indarista Padam Hasta Hasta Ratna Divat. Ujwalam Varatanum Bhakti Ambitan Sundaram. His beautiful, exalted, effulgent form is filled with devotion. Srila Sridhar Maharaj has the deepest esteem for Srila Govinda Maharaj. He remarked, "Actually, in many ways, he is more qualified than I am." Also, he came to me with some previous wealth. He is a natural Paramahansa. His service never leaves the Nirguna plane. And if you get to know him more intimately, you will come to understand what sort of transcendental character he has. Srila Govinda Maharaj created the atmosphere of Brajadam wherever he went. His seemingly simple, yet deeply loving and profound personality can only be understood as a manifestation of the Aprakrita realm. His seniors, peers, and followers all marvel at the beauty of his form and the sweetness and strength he exhibited as he related naturally and intimately with all. His captivating affection awakened the dormant spirit of devotion from within the hearts of thousands and forcibly inspired them to dedicate their lives to the service of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Vishwa Gurun. He is the Guru of the world. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada requested Srila Govinda Maharaj to tour the world with him in the mid-70s to preach to his disciples. Because Srila Govinda Maharaj was Srila Sridhara Maharaj's personal doctor, and Srila Sridhara Maharaj's health was unstable at that time, Srila Govinda Maharaj declined. At that time, both Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Swami Maharaj prophesied that in the future he will tour the world and inspire their followers on the path of pure devotion. In the early 80s, when Srila Swami Maharaj's disciples and admirers, who were mostly Westerners, started to frequent Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, seeking guidance and shelter, Srila Sridhar Maharaj did not readily accept them because of his advanced age and ill health. It was only when Srila Govinda Maharaj promised to look after them following Srila Sridhar Maharaj's passing that Srila Sridhar Maharaj sheltered and initiated them. Following the disappearance of Srila Sridhar Maharaj in 1988, Srila Govinda Maharaj, as the President Sevaid Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, toured the world 24 times over the course of 18 years. He oversaw the opening of over 100 centers on 6 continents and the distribution of over 350 publications in 20 languages. He crossed linguistic and cultural boundaries and inspired thousands of people of all ages by communicating with them heart to heart. He will often recall with a beaming smile, "The sun never sets on Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math."
Okay. Who else? Let's see. Where's Uma Devi? She's not there? Uma Devi, she's working today? Maybe working.
I think she's at home. Maybe she had,
Some chores to do.
or maybe the.
Okay. Oh, there she is.
Yes, I was going to say with the voice thing, maybe on mute.
Huh? What happened? We can't hear you.
Yeah. You can hear Maharaj?
Oh, now we can hear you. Would you like to read? Do you have time?
Yeah, a second, it's gone. And I got
Huh?
sorry, Maharaj, because
That's too difficult for you to read now?
it's missing. 1 second, Maharaj.
The link is in the chat.
Yeah, it's missing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it back.
All right, giving everyone some homework. Now they're on the Sangha. I think home service.
This chat missing, Maharaj. Yeah, I found it. Okay. This one.
Divya?
Divya Bhagavat Premo is Bija Pradam. He distributes the seed of divine love for the Supreme Lord. In 1986, Srila Maharaj fulfilled the desire he had cherished for almost 40 years, and said Srila Govinda Maharaj, as the president, David Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt, and all of it is sent up worldwide. Dr. Srila Govind Maharaj, just who after to Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt into the service of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Meditation of planting of this seed, the seed of divine love in the heart, that we want to be aroused and protect in order to bear. So Srila Govinda Maharaj affectionately guided the disciples of Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Swami Maharaj, and himself in their practicing life. Practicing life. This is the experienced character and sharp inside is they with all. And his displayed all in auspicious. He encouraged everyone regardless of the position they were in and justice, justly, duty, love and affection. He showed by example that serving the Guru and Vaishnava and practicing Sriman Mahaprabhu and Kirtana Dharma is a real path towards the service of Radha Krishna in Vijay Rajadam. Support advice was their formula. Chanting the holy name to be humble, tolerate, father to others without expecting denied. This is one way Srila Bhakti Sutta Govind Dev Goswami Maharaj started from his word 127 months presented. Samadhi Mandir, the temple of Rome and has been erected. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Technology. Where the Guru and Sri Gauranga according to his instructions. Before this, because Srila Govind Maharaj said to Maharaja Maharaj to be successful. Here, the service president Acharya. And appointment Acharya of Western countries to lead the development of Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt worldwide. Srila Govinda Maharaj, yes, divine grace continues to shine brightly in the heart of divine.
Okay. Unfortunately, it was very hard to hear, but you could all read it, I hope. Huh?
Don't hear me.
Yeah, your connection is breaking up very badly. But thank you very much, anyhow. Everyone could read while you were also trying to read that. Hare Krishna. So, anyone want to say anything in honor of Govinda Maharaj? Something you remember, like to share with others? Did you meet Govinda Maharaj, Kanapir, did he?
Yes, Maharaj is my birthday.
Okay.
It's his birthday. He,
Uma Devi, have you met?
No, Maharaj.
No. Okay. And Rasaraj, have you met him in person?
Yes, a few times.
Okay. Anything you'd like to share? Too many things, huh?
Well, actually, yes. I don't feel qualified to talk about him, but yeah, I always remember that the first time I saw him in his first world trip, he went to Venezuela, and the impression is like he was always smiling to everybody. And also something I remember is his singing. When he sing, was so powerful, the voice, like it put everybody to dance and sing. Los, it's like it transmits like a bhakti to people around him. Like everybody feel that vibration from him. Well, actually, they have many stories about him, but I remember always his affection, his smiling, and he was a powerful voice. At the end, I remember I was very sick, and he was not able to chant so much. But in the records, you can listen to his voice and how powerful it was. And I was contagious. Every time they started to sing and dance, it's like everybody in the place was doing the same. Very humble too. I remember he used to say in one of the meetings we have, he said that he used to go to a temple or something, and he used to sit at the end of everybody else because he said he was not able to go in front of the deity. He said better to go in the back. He was actually very very humble. He was. It's like a genuine. You need to understand, like it's something that it's not pretending, but actually it's a genuine humility. And he tried to teach with his example.
Mm.
I saw in Venezuela maybe let me see, one, two, maybe like 4 times, and then in California I saw him like twice too. Maybe like about 7 times I saw him.
I remember seeing one video of him and or a live performance. I don't remember, but I noticed that on the wall behind him, he had that verse from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Trinadapi Sunichena, Taradapi Sahistana, Manina, Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari. And yet that one should be humble, tolerant, and give respect to others. That was the message he was sitting in front of. And I think everyone who came to him, he wanted them to be like that. So many people came to him. Maybe they made so many demands and so many things. So he had that sign there to remind them that this would be the nice way to communicate with me. And I like to communicate with you in that way also. Very nice. Jai Sridhara. Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deva. Nice, very nice. Nice photo.
He was so sweet. I remember again in London, I was in my mid-20s, and when he came to London, I was able to see him, and it was very crowded there. The temple was very small, so many people coming. But there was a few times early in the morning, like Mangalati times, and he was there and would go, and just a few people in the room, and he was so really quite simple sometimes, just sitting there. He was just glowing, really, without really saying anything, and it was just so nice to just be in his presence, and it's hard to describe. But he was seemed so gentle and sweet, and always so encouraging. And
I want to say something about this photo because I was there. My brother took this photo. He gave it to me. But in this photo, you see on this side is a small picture. It's of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati.
Oh.
And I was close to him, and so I was listening what was going on. The thing was the temple in Venezuela, they were ready to do some Guru Puja, offering some flowers and some present to him. And he was asking for a photo of Srila Sridhara Maharaj. But at that time, they didn't have any small photo to put next to him. So the body didn't find any small photo for him. So he said, you only have a Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. He said, okay, give me that photo. So he put it next to him in the asana. And then every time that the devotee was offering garlands or anything to him, everything that he received, he offered to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. He turned his body a little and offered to that photo. So everything he offered to him, he offered to.
That photo was taken in Venezuela?
And that's what the.
That photo was taken in Venezuela?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was the first, I think that the first or second time he went to Venezuela. So
I
this is a
think we have-
small photo here.
We have that photo
Is
Is that the photo we have at our institute in Princeton?
No.
Same photo?
Well, actually, this photo, my brother made one, and I make a copy of that. I sent it to California, but it's maybe not so many people have it.
Okay.
I think we
Because
have
my
it.
brother took the photo when he was there.
Okay.
I think we have this in
This
West
one?
London Temple.
Have it there.
Yes.
Looks familiar, yeah.
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
that.
Because nobody published these photos so much. So.
I see. Okay. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for
But they had the story about that, no? Like everything that they offered to him, he offered to the photo, like flowers or anything like that. So it's like he didn't accept offerings to himself. They say everything belongs to Guru.
Yes. Yes.
So we give it the example, no? That they
Transparent medium.
how yes.
Haribo. Jayom Vishnupad, Paramahamsa Parivraja Gacharya. Asatada Satashi, Sripad, Srila, Bhakti, Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaja Ki Jai.
Ki Jai.
What about you, Maharaj?
And my experience with Govinda Maharaj, I wrote one article I sent to him, and I was recalling some of our experiences, past times together. And I know that in the beginning, when we first went to Srila Maharaj's mutt, Srila Maharaj was sitting in his veranda speaking Bengali, and was surprised to see an acharya in such a humble position after seeing Prabhupada so many times. But he was sitting in a very humble and a kind of a wrinkled cloth, very thin sannyas cloth, and speaking Bengali to some Bengalis who would come and sit on the floor around him. He was sitting on an old wooden table, kind of. And we went to hear him speak, and then when we came down from the veranda, Govinda Maharaj was there, and he encouraged us to sit and take prasad in a very humble and warm way, very affectionate way. And we would come and like that take prasad. He made us feel very much welcome there. Like we were at our own home, our own kin folk, where we were dealing with our old friends there in Abudeep. And it was all very simple. There was no beds even, or nothing fancy whatsoever. Anyhow, he made us feel so welcome and comfortable there that we went back again. And I remember it was because of his affection that we felt we could go back and see Srila Maharaj again. And he also encouraged us. So that we would go there, and again he would take care of us so nicely. We felt so much at home by his presence and love. that we had no fear of going there. Srila Maharaj was a little more, seemed unreachable to us, but Govinda Maharaj was very much approachable and very affectionate to all of us. So I always credit him with being the one who brought us to Srila Maharaj. Really, he was the one who encouraged us most to come to Srila Maharaj. And as we learned later, they had made a pact. Govinda Maharaj and Srila Maharaj had made a pact that Srila Maharaj felt he was too old and sick to take care of any more disciples. And Govinda Maharaj said, so you preach to them and I will take care of them. Like that. And so that's the way it happened. And everything Govinda Maharaj did. He built a guest house for the devotees to be able to have rest, built prasadam halls, everything. Govinda Maharaj was such an amazing devotee, and we could see how much attached he was to his Gurudev. We do everything for him, and with very few instructions, he knew exactly what the Gurudev wanted, and he would do that. And he was always very conscientious about treating the devotees with great respect and affection. And like that. So all that Guru Sridhar Maharaj gave us, that was made possible by Govinda Maharaj. Not only made possible, but enhanced and beautified and glorified, and made quite available to us. We're very fortunate to have him as our middleman. Anyhow, there are many things, but that's what I remember most about Govinda Maharaj. So then we will end here. My humble dandavats to all of you.
Hi Maharaj, Dandavats.
Jai Srila Acharya Maharaj ki jai. Jai Maharaj ki jai. Seva Veda Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.
Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Jai. Hari Hari Bol. Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Right.